Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you had a fantastic day, and as always, I will always hope and pray that you have nothing but fantastic days coming your way. Alright, now let's begin. So fun fact number 37, artist review 7, I am doing 3LW. I know what you guys are thinking, why am I doing such an old group? But I realized I haven't been doing any throwback artists. I've been doing like current people. So I'm like, no, let me go back a little, go back a few years. I don't have to do everybody we have now, this generation, this decade. So I was like, yeah, let me do a little throwback. So I chose 3LW because, I don't know, why not? Why not choose a group that wasn't too popular, like everybody knew them, but they also weren't unknown either, so I just picked 3LW. Hope that makes sense, okay? But anyway, let me start now. So first of all, this group was active from 2002 to 2007, and then they were completely over, okay? Now, this group consisted of Adrienne Bailon, Keely Williams, and Natori Naughton, but Natori did not stay long. She left in 2002, and I will explain the reasoning why later, okay? And then she was eventually replaced for another girl named Jessica Benson, and she stayed up until the group disbanded, okay? They signed to Epic Records, and they later moved on to So So Def. You should remember So So Def. They were like a big record label in the early 2000s, and I think they kind of went out of style in the I'll say about 2010s. Like before, when the 2010s were just starting, I think that's when they completely went out, okay? They're best known for their hit songs, No More,
Tired of you broken promises.
I Do, Players Gonna Play. Okay? Their self-titled album was released in 2000. It was called 3LW, okay? It went on to be platinum. Basically, it did great. It did awesome. And of course, like I said, I think the most notable hit song from this album was Players Gonna Play, okay? If I'm not mistaken. I think that was the most notable hit song, okay? Like I said, the album did great, okay? Let's see. They recorded a song with a lot of artists, wait, that didn't make sense. They recorded a song with many artists, including MJ, Usher, Beyonce, Mariah Carey, and Selena Dion, okay? So let me explain why Natori left now, okay? So, sorry guys, I gotta read notes. I took notes. Natori said that she had a number of conflicts and arguments. She said this on the Wendy Williams show. I'll put the picture in here if you're just curious to hear the whole interview. I'll actually go back and go and find all interviews where she was discussing it, and I'll put it in here if you just want to hear like the story and all that, okay? But anyway, let me go back to this. So she had this with Adrienne and Keely and with the management, right? Which led to a heated argument in 2002 involving food. Okay, so I think Keely threw food at her, if I'm not mistaken, or came at her with some food. If I'm not mistaken, that was the story, okay? She also claimed that she was forced out of the group, which was mainly because of her skin complexion. She is dark-skinned, and at the time when the girl groups were popular, dark-skinned women weren't really in style. They're not in style now, unfortunately, but they were not in style back then. Everybody was fascinated with fair-skinned, light-skinned women only. So, of course, Natori was getting treated like that because, again, her skin complexion just wasn't acceptable to the audience, according to the management and everybody else, okay? Because Adrienne and Keely are fair-skinned, so, yeah. So she was forced, so Natori was forced out of the group, and like I said, that's why she left in 2002, okay? Keely and Adrienne continued the group with the same name, but unfortunately, when Natori left, the hype of the group completely went down, okay? So the group they weren't popular anymore, all right? Their albums and singles were not doing good either, all right? Everything was just not doing good for them, and it started when Natori walked out of the group because I think she was like the best member. I think people liked her the most. So, of course, if the most liked member left, the group won't be popular anymore, all right? Keely and Adrienne eventually did, Keely and Adrian signed to star in a Disney Channel original movie, and it was called The Cheetah Girls. Okay, so that's how they ended up in The Cheetah Girls. I should have said that in the Cheetah Girls video, but I didn't read this before that. All right, but they actually both somehow were picked to go do the Cheetah Girls movie. Okay, and like I said in that video, the Cheetah Girls were madly successful, and eventually they were just like, you know, there was no point in doing that and 3LW because 3LW was already like going out anyway. Like they were going out of style, and I think people were just not into them anymore. So yeah, and that leads to the next thing I'm about to say. Nobody knows exactly why they ended. There wasn't like an exact reason or one reasoning, but there were rumors like they were removed off of the So So Def roster, which probably they were because they were no longer popular anymore. So it makes sense that they were probably removed off of it because they weren't popular anymore, okay? And some other rumors were like, well, I think Adrian said this herself, that they just wanted to focus on the Cheetah Girls because they were successful. That was doing good. 3LW wasn't. Excuse me. 3LW was not doing good. So they wanted to strictly focus on the Cheetah Girls. So like I said, there's really no like one reasoning for why they broke up. But we can only assume it was either they were kicked out of So So Def or they just wanted to focus on the Cheetah Girls. I'm going to lean over to the Cheetah Girls because they were very successful. Very successful. I honestly wouldn't have cared about 3LW either if I was them. Okay? And the last thing is, the 3 albums that 3LW did release while they were together was the self-titled album, 3LW, which did have some bops on it. I won't lie.
Slow search, so hey.
Okay. The next one was A Girl, Kim Mac, which also did have bops on it as well.
I'm way better than that champ.
You need to do this.
And the last one was Naughty or Nice. I wouldn't say that had too many bops, but it was alright. And that's it. All right, and the group was over. Okay, the group was completely over. All right, because like I said, 2007 they were completely over. Now, even though I said that the Cheetah Girls in the last video I did that they were active in 2003 to 2008. I don't know. I don't know why it took them forever to finally get rid of 3LW. Because Cheetah Girls ended in 2008 and 3LW ended in 2007. So I don't know what took them so long to like in 3LW. I have no idea what took so long. I guess they were still trying to keep hope of it. Hope it will come back. But, you know, after Natori, you know, it's never a good idea to get rid of the best person, you know? And I feel like they completely messed that up because they were being colorist. You know what I mean? It's never a good idea to do that. But it is what it is, okay? Now, I don't expect anything from this group because, again, they came out in the early 2000s. Like, I don't expect for the 3 of these members, well, the 4, including Jessica Benson, I have to include her. I don't expect for these 4 girls to link back up and to ever, like, do a reunion or something, or a reunion tour, or just link up and just hang out. Like, I don't expect that. You have to understand that fights were happening, and Keely still is in denial about what she did to Natori because she's expressed that, you know, on quarantine and in the past pre-quarantine. So it's obvious that she's not sorry for what she did to Natori. And of course, why would she want to talk to her? You know what I mean? And I don't think Keely and Adrian even talk to each other either. So it's like, I just don't see any of them communicating anytime soon, seeing a 3LW reunion. I don't think that would happen. And that's perfectly fine. All groups don't need to come back together and hang out. You know, you guys broke up for a reason. Stay broken up. It is what it is. We got your music so we can listen to it. You know what I mean? We can look at old pictures if we're feeling nostalgic. You know what I mean? But I don't expect for them to ever do that in the future. You know, probably it might happen. Probably won't be anytime soon, but maybe it will happen. But Keely's going to have to apologize to Natori because Keely was problematic. I said that in the Cheetah Girls video. I said that she was very problematic in both of these groups. It was her. She's the reasoning for why Raymond Simone was like, nope, I'm out. She was one of the reasonings. And she was also one of the reasonings for why Natori left. So like I said, until she makes amends with both, well, she made amends with Raven-Symoné, but she needs to do it with Natori, okay? Until she does that, nothing will happen with 3LW, and they will never link up again. You will never hear nothing from them again. You know what I mean? But it would be nice. 3LW was pretty cool. You know, I enjoyed Players Gonna Play. Like that was actually a bop. When I actually found that song, I'm like, who is this? You know, because I really did like that song. Well, I still like that song. You know what I mean? So I honestly wouldn't mind anything from them in the future because they were good together. And it's not like they all lost their voices or something. They can still sing. Now, they might sound a little bit different, but they can all still sing. You know what I mean? So that's what I expect from them. Well, it probably won't happen. So let me stop saying expect. That's what I hope will happen in the future, that they do link up if Keely apologizes, okay? And they all come back and just do some music again, you know, like the old times. But Keely needs to apologize, okay? She needs to say sorry, okay? So that's what I want, all right? Now, that's the end of this review. I know this one was very short. It wasn't too much to say about them because it wasn't too much written on Wikipedia, so yeah. So, like I said, this is the end of this video. You give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't. Comment any artist you want to review on. I got you. And remember, like I said multiple times, I don't care what decade they come from because more than likely I listen to them and I can just give a review over them. All right? All right, guys. I love you so much. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time.